Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Today I'm going to show you a technique that's really going to help you. Food prices are going up, and this technique may make the difference between scarcity and abundance, so you don't want to miss it. Hello, thanks for joining me today. I wanted to get this video filmed before my neighbor starts mowing. It's a beautiful day today. I got my house open, the windows are open, I'm not running the air conditioning, so I wanted to get this done before she starts mowing, and it got noisy. Isn't that awesome? Okay, as I said in the introduction, I am going to show you how to make your ground beef stretch farther. This is 8 ounces of ground beef. That it's an 8-ounce ground beef patty that I got in a really good sale here a while back, and I did a video about that. But this weighs 8 ounces. In the store they called it a pub burger. So I thawed it out in my fridge, and I'm going to show you how we can extend this. And I'm going to make some hamburger patties, and I'll show you how you can extend it. Now, or rather, well, I guess you are extending it, but we're just going to use some fillers, and we're going to use a binder, and that's going to extend our ground beef. Okay? All right. Now, what I have here, I've got an egg, and I have 1 cup of oats. These are old-fashioned oats. You can use whatever oats you like. I've also got some dried minced onion. So, what we're going to do, oh, and I have, now these are not something you necessarily need to put in, but you can if you like. I've got some ketchup, you can add that in if you like. There's some Worcestershire sauce, that adds some nice seasoning because we're going to kind of season up our oats. And, or steak sauce, or soy sauce, okay? And, and I'm not going to add salt and pepper to this. You can if you like, but I will add salt and pepper when I cook them. So, all right, we're going to put the hamburger in. Now, you may need 1 or 2 eggs. I've got 1 egg out here. I may need 2. We will see. I'm not sure. Maybe. Let me wash my hands a minute because I should have put my minced onion in first. If you don't want to use dried onion, feel free to use some finely chopped fresh onion if you have it. That's perfectly fine. Now, I'm just going to just mix this up. Use your hands. It's the best tools you got. And you know what? If you don't like handling meat, a lot of people don't, just, you can use your food processor, that's fine. Now I am going to put some other moisture in this. You can put, like I said, some of these items here, if you like. 1 or more, that's fine. Or whatever you like. And I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Now you may think and say to yourself, well, Robin, you're just making meatloaf. Well, maybe. we're going to make some patties out of this. When I was growing up, my mother would extend the ground beef. And she would use oats, crackers, and most of the time she just used bread. And that actually extended the ground beef. So with that 8 ounces of ground beef that I've just used in here, I could probably get 2 nice burgers out of that. 4-ounce burgers, right? So, but I'm hoping to get more burgers than that out of this. Now, what we're going to do, this smells nice. What we're going to do is I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit. Probably for, I don't know, about 30 minutes because I want those oats to get softer. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so this goes in the fridge about 30 minutes and then we will be back and we're going to cook this up. We're going to see how many burgers we can get out of this. Okie doke, it's been 30 minutes. Now, I want to be sure and tell you that you can put any seasoning in this that you want. Any seasoning. It's whatever your taste is. So the sky is the limit. Okay, you're only limited by your imagination and your preferences. So, alright, I've got my handy dandy trusty old ice cream scoop here. Let's see what kind of a patty I can get out of this. That's kind of small. I don't want it to be that small, so I'm gonna come up with a little bit more. Let's try that. Now, I don't know how you make your hamburger patties, but this is how I make mine. I press the mixture, the meat, in my palm, like that, and then I just go around the edge with my thumb. That's the way I make a hamburger patty. That usually makes a pretty good, a nice shape for a hamburger patty. Okay? Now, I'm warming up my skillet. I've got my cast iron skillet here. Okay. So, we're going to just start cooking these, and I'm going to try to make them all about the same size. So let's see how many we can get. I think we might get probably 4. That's what I'm guessing. Now I've got this on medium low. I don't want to make I don't want it to be too hot right off. Well, I think instead of 2 burgers, I think we're going to be able to get 4 burgers. And I'm eating these on a bun. I'm going to eat mine on a bun. Just like a regular burger. You can make, if you make your burgers this way, you can make them fairly quickly. This one is a bit smaller, so I'm going to cheat and I'm going to take some off of this one. And I'm going to take some off of this one. Why am I doing that? Because I can. That's the reason. Because I can do it. Here's the thing, it's your meal, it's your food. See, that one is way too big. How I got that one so big, I will never know. But I'm going to add some to this. If you really want to be precise, you could weigh these out, but you know, really, I don't think so. Oh, there, that looks better. Oh, look, no one will ever know. Now then, because you've got your oats in there, it will behoove you to grease your pan. I'm going to rinse my hands off. All right. Now I'm going to put some salt on. These smell very nice. I'm going to put some pepper on. And then when I turn them over, I will salt and pepper the other side as well. These are going to be very nice. They're going to be very tasty. And you know what? Other than the fact that you have put oatmeal in the ground beef, and you put seasoning in ground beef all the time before you cook it. People do it all the time. So that's no different. People put all kinds of spices and seasoning in their ground beef before they cook them. A lot of people have their own special way of making their burgers, and that is the way they like to do it. The only difference is, to this 8 ounces of ground beef, we have put in 1 cup or 8 ounces of oats. That's the only difference. I learned something today that I thought was kind of good. There's a difference between, when it comes to ground meat, there is a difference between extender, filler, and binder. Carbohydrates added to ground meat is a filler. Excuse me. Protein added to ground beef, a protein source, is an extender, and a binder is eggs, milk, etc. That pepper's making me cough. Whoop, there she goes. So, we're going to cook these. We're going to cook them up, and then we're going to come back. I've just got them on medium-high, and then I'm going to make one up, and I'm going to have one, because that's going to be my lunch. I forgot to tell you something. It's very nice if when you're using a filler like oats, and you're doing your burgers, put a little bit of water over your burgers, and we're going to steam these up a little bit and put a lid on. Okay? Put it on medium-high or medium, and just let them cook through. Okay? I forgot that. Okay, these are done. Now, I want to explain to you why I put some water on these. And I hope the mower is not too loud. The reason why, hold on. The reason why I put water on them was, number one, for moisture, so they don't dry out because they have oats in them. Number two, it pretty much makes the oats disappear. And then they tend to look like the ground beef. So when you're eating it, you don't say, oh, look, there's oats. No. It kind of disappears and becomes part of the beef. And the water helps them to plump up. Do you see how plump these are? That's from the water. So put it on like a medium or medium low and put the water in it. Put the lid on it. When the water evaporates a little bit, put some more moisture. When it starts evaporating, put more moisture on it. Put the lid back on it. And you do that however many times you need to until the burgers are done the way you like them, of course. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to dress my hamburger because, like I said, that's going to be my lunch. All right. I just toasted a bun under the broiler, and I buttered my bun first because it makes it very tasty. And I don't normally eat cheese on my burger, but today I'm going to. I'm gonna just branch out and go crazy. All right. So here's my burger. Now you can see that's firm. That's a nice firm burger. So here, I think I want. Now there's kind of like which one's the smallest one. I don't know. They plumped all up, didn't they? All right. Now I'm going to put my cheese on there. What do you like to have on your burger? I usually just like dill pickle and onion. That's all I have on my burger. When I was a kid, I liked mustard, yellow mustard, and dill pickles and onions. I've always been a spicy person, even when I was a child. A little pepper on there too. And I'll put my pickles on there. That's a very large pickle. It's not as big as it was. All right. And I have dished up some of those refrigerator pickles that I made in the bread and butter brine. These are awesome. If you haven't seen that video, you need to watch it because you're going to be doing this. Okay. Put my lid on. All right. Now then, let's see. Let's see what we see there. There is your burger. Now you have to admit it looks very good, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to take a bite. That's pretty tasty. You want to see what it looks like? Oh, wow. Now, I defy you to tell me if you see oats in that meat. You don't. Okay? That's where the water comes in handy and it keeps it from drying out. That is awesome. Awesome. Isn't that fabulous? Now then, what did we just do here? With a very few ingredients, we doubled the amount of ground beef that we have. We doubled it, and instead of getting 2 burgers out of it, 8 ounces, we got 4. Okay? See how nice that looks? It just looks like any other homemade hamburger. The flavor is delicious. It tastes like ground beef because it is ground beef. and you put your own spin on it, and that is everything. So that is my method. This is my method for extending your ground beef so that you can double your ground beef. If you want to do this with a pound of ground beef and you want 2 pounds of ground beef, add 2 cups, 8 ounces of oats. Truthfully, it doesn't matter what kind of oats you have, I guess, as long as they're not apple cinnamon and instant. Don't use instant. Okay? All right. That is it. I hope you give this a try. Now then, I'm not saying that you need to, but look at the price of ground beef. It's terrible. It is through the roof. This enables you to have double your ground beef, because you know what? You gotta feed your family. You have to feed your children, and this is the way you can do it. Save money and get more bang for the buck. Okay? All right. Now, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and tell me in the comments, what do you do to extend your ground beef or your ground turkey or whatever it is. You can do this with ground turkey, by the way. I just want you to know. Okay? All right, listen. I love you guys. You know I do. And you know that as always, little is much when God is in it. Okay? All right, now listen. I will see you next time, and I do read your comments, so let me know what you think. It's pretty doggone tasty. All right, love ya. Bye-bye.